Looks like we're live. So, once the people start coming in, we're gonna start answering questions, and we'll see what's going on here. Can't really hear what's going on, but I think we're good. What's up, Connor? What's up, Brett? What's up, Comment? What's up, Soccer Techers? What's up, everybody? Really happy you guys were able to jump on in. Give me one quick second. Let's make an Instagram post so everyone knows to jump on and that we can get this started, and then no one will ask me for another Q&A for another 2 days, right? Let's do that. All right, smile for the comments, everybody. Um, yeah, so let's roll it out. I don't know how many new subs I have, or man, we got something going on with the light here. Let's find out what's happening with that. All right. Um, so let's jump into first come first serve. What are you guys looking to ask me? What are questions are we looking to do? Just to catch you guys up, this is Alberto with ARS Goalkeeping. I do run this channel by myself right now. I do all the editing and all the coaching and everything you see from here. Alright, I'm gonna start out with Lego Life. What was my favorite One Glove Company's glove? The AQ3. I've always loved the AQ model. It was the first model that I got from the One Glove, and it's always been my favorite. I really like the surround cut style that they have. I go for it all the time, pretty much. Ooh, you guys are asking so many questions. What keeper inspires me the most? I think all keepers inspire me. I love to watch pro keepers. I love to watch just how people come back from a bad day, or how there's so many different types of thoughts of goalkeeping, so many different schools of goalkeeping that lead to some really great goalkeepers that have insanely different technique, and it focuses on different areas. I just like goalkeeping. That seeing good keepers inspires me overall. My favorite gloves, I don't really have a favorite. I think at a certain point, like past $50, all gloves are pretty much the same, and then it just comes down to like which glove can fit your hands the most or the best. I really, really, really liked the recent Nike SGTs. They were really nice. I loved using them, but they tore a little too fast, which is common with big Nike gloves, big Adidas gloves like that. Um, Jonathan, I'm happy to have been able to talk and teach you some things. Jonathan, I'm sorry, LC Goalkeeping. My mom's doing well. If you guys are new to the channel, you might know I was living in Germany before coming back to the U.S. to take care of my mother, who was diagnosed with cancer. We're getting along as best as you can. It's definitely not an easy process, but we're here, and I'm gonna enjoy every single day that I have. Um, How's the Aviata Mamba like? I love the Aviata Mamba. Actually, I did a shooting session, or oh, good lord, give me one second. My voice is in my head. Um, yeah, no. So sorry about that. What we're looking at here, or what we were talking about, was the Aviata Mamba. So I did a shooting line with that recently. Loved the gloves. A little big. So like the gloves have been. I used to be a size 10 with no issue. I liked I have very long fingers, but not so thick, not thick hands. My wrist is like super small, so it's always hard to find a glove that fits me because I have that long fingers, but I'm not fat in the hands. So I've had to like mess around lately with a lot of different gloves. Like I had the Pumas. I order them in 10 and they're way too big. So I had to actually order them in eights and they still feel too big. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But I messaged Aviata and I let them know like really like the gloves. I want them in a size 9, and they were pretty cool about it. I think they're gonna send the 9 over soon. Did I ever see GAA goalkeeping? I have not. DRMR, Doctor Mister. I'm gonna go with. Did I know the brand Titan for goalkeeper gloves? Yes, I've been speaking to Titan, and supposedly they have a package sent over for review. There should be a few gloves over there, so yeah, we should have some more German brands in, especially a cool German brand that's coming up in the YouTube scene as Titan. I know some of the free kickers goalkeepers use them. Would I recommend products like glove glue for your gloves? That's a good question. I haven't used glove glue. Normally, I don't really see anything special with those type of products. I haven't used it, so I can't say it works too great. But normally, you give your gloves a wash, and they should be right back to stickiness if you have a good pair of latex gloves. Now, if you have a crappy pair of latex gloves, maybe glove glue, maybe things like Vaseline or putting honey on your gloves. But I don't know about you guys, but just spitting on my gloves is already too much for me because it picks up dirt and all that stuff. So I don't really like adding more stuff to a glove or having more stuff needed to be carried because like, oh, my glove grip isn't good enough, so I have to spray this thing on it. I'm not a huge fan of glove glue, let's say. New gloves, tips on one-on-one situations. Oh man, this is too. You guys are asking so many questions. All right, tips for one-on-ones. Just get out there, get big, learn how to read the situation. If your defender is on the guy and you don't really have to jump out there, pick the right position and set in that position. Make sure if the key or if the striker picks up his head, he's gonna see mostly you. If it's just you and that striker, if it's on a breakaway, you gotta cut down that space and you gotta just stay big and take up the ball the moment that you see it, but it all comes down per situation. My favorite brand, yeah, that's a much harder decision because there's just so many great goalkeeping brands out there, and there's not that much that decides the difference between them. Let's say so, like it really the difference between most brands is where they're located and how well their customer service is going to be because anyone can get these pairs of gloves anywhere. Anyone can make their own pairs of gloves. You're seeing brand new goalkeeping glove companies out like every single day, but the thing that really makes a company better than another company is how much they're willing to interact with their customers. And the companies that I've noticed that are really good at that are West Coast Goalkeeping, the One Glove Goalkeeping, I'm sorry, the One Glove company. And then there's Go Meta. I really like Go Meta. Aviata's very interested and very part of the goalkeeping community, which is always good. Those are probably my top favorite brands when it comes to accessible, affordable gloves in the USA. But there are so many top level gloves. I mean, there's like a laundry list that I couldn't go over. I know All Sport is up there, Reusch is up there. You got Adidas making great gloves. You got the new Nike Mercurial gloves that are coming out that I'm hoping to get in for review. So I know I will buy them as soon as they come out. I want to get them before everybody, but Nike wasn't that open to getting some goalkeeper glove reviews yet. We'll get there. What boots do I recommend for goalkeepers? Yeah, I mean any boots, any cleats that you feel comfortable in. Nothing more than that. I mean that should probably be it. Who should be the American one? I don't know. I don't understand the question. Messi or Ronaldo? So like I love them both. I think Messi is out of this world. Messi is insanely talented. I love Ronaldo. I also think he is insanely talented. But the difference between Ronaldo and Messi is Ronaldo's work ethic. Ronaldo is not, I would say, as naturally gifted as Messi was or as Messi is, but he covers that up with some intense work ethic. I mean, the guy works, he's there before his coaches, he's there training. He's football is the only thing on his mind, and that's something that I think I think we all as goalkeepers, as players who want to take it to the next level, you need to have that type of mentality. And especially like when I was coaching, players would not understand just how tiring soccer is every day or how tiring training is every day. Like, yeah. I love hearing people be like, "Oh, I wish I could play soccer every day," and then you start doing it, and then you're tired, and then it turns into like a chore. You got to be like, "Oh, I'm so sore. I have to go out and do another two a day session. I really don't want to." That type of stuff really hits on something central with me because I've seen a lot of great players find out that they're not as dedicated as they thought they were once they end up going through that. So when it comes to Messi and Ronaldo, I respect them so much, but I have a special respect for Ronaldo's work ethic, which I don't think many players have. I don't think they have that level. I mean, his work ethic is second to none. Are you a pro? Cause he is beast. I am not a pro. I did play some semi-pro ball when I was in Germany. In the academy, I did play against professional soccer teams, and I did place players that did play in the MLS. Eric Marschroeder from the Houston Dynamo. I ended up helping him get into a Regionalliga club, which is fourth division in Germany, and he was doing pretty well. Right now, my academy has a few players in third, fourth, and fifth division that started out when they were playing as semi-professionals with me in the academy, training with me in the academy, training under me in the academy. It's really cool. You'll see me post them up on my Instagram from time to time. But like so, my higher kind of level of play has actually been in coaching. I have gone much farther in coaching than I have gone in playing, and that's why I focus more on the coaching aspect now. I'm a decent goalkeeper, but I think I'm a much better coach than I am a goalkeeper, and I'm okay with that, and I'm happy to take the next step. And maybe I'm not going to become this top D1 goalkeeper, Division One goalkeeper, but I'd be happy to help facilitate the steps for the next goalkeeper to do that, and just be there as a coach. That's my focus right now. So, not a professional goalkeeper, but I am a professional goalkeeper coach. My thoughts on Ter Stegen from Barcelona. I like his one-on-ones. Very good. He likes to come out. He's fearless. He stays big. He was huge in the last Champions League. I don't think Roma should have scored. I think Barca's D just went to sleep on the last goal, and Ter Stegen was one of the reasons that Barcelona was able to destroy them so much. Because whenever Roma looked like they were gonna get into the game, Ter Stegen just shut them out and it just made him lose a lot of hope. Jimmy Adskins. Yo, ARS, never thought I'd get to talk to you. I had a try on the goal the other day for college team, but I'm not quite comfortable on the ball yet. Any tips on getting comfortable on the ball? Comfortable of the ball. I'm assuming you meant on the ball. This is a huge issue for goalkeepers, and I am finding amazing goalkeepers coming to my session that can catch a ball, that can do anything when it comes to goalkeeping in their hands. And then I start watching them juggle, I start watching them kick, and then I'm like, yo, if we pass the ball back to you, you're going to lose it. You're going to end up having to do more work. And the truth is that like if you're kicking the ball out of the back and losing it, I don't care how good of a goalkeeper you are, someone's going to make a mistake. Your defense is going to make a mistake. They're going to get tired. You're making everyone rush back to deal with your errors. So you're right. You do need to work on footwork. What I'd focus on is thinking under pressure, and that's the issue we have. Most of the time, goalkeepers don't have that pressure. We don't have that. Oh, you're going to get hit in 2 seconds. If you played college ball, you might know that, or you might hear the coach say like, I don't want a player to get a ball and not feel a defender in a second or under 2 seconds. Like if it takes 3, 4, 5 seconds to get to that guy so he can feel pressure, it's too much. Goalkeepers aren't used to that. So the best thing you can do for that is get into a rondo. And rondo is what every team does. Goalkeepers are always in rondos, and you're playing with your feet. It's a 4v2, two guys in the middle, one touch to two touch, and making sure you're thinking on your toes in a small space. That would really help you out with your feet. And then when you're moving out for accuracy in passes and controlled in passes, then you just go out and do some normal just pings. You kick it like 20, 30 yards, and you work on that. But working on that mentality, that quickness of foot, quickness of thought, that comes in. I would highly recommend for Rondo. It's super easy and everyone has fun as long as you guys have a group of people that are really into it. Jonathan Mesa, Nike or Adidas? Adidas. I am a huge Adidas fanboy. I don't even try to hide it. I love Adidas. I wish they sponsored the channel, but they don't really care for it. That's fine. I still love Adidas. I've been trying to dive on my lateral muscles, but I always land on my hip. Nate White. Nate, that's fine. It starts out like that. Sometimes keepers have a much harder time. If we look, I think you can see my mouse here. Let's look at these guys. A lot of people actually end up leading with their hips and landing on their hips, but you got to focus on getting forward. Now, I've paused this video just to show, like, yeah, maybe my leg hit the ground first, but the real area that took the brunt of the hit is right here on that lateral muscle, and you can just practice jumping on your bed and stretching out your arm and making sure, like, bah, hit here and feel this, hit this area, feel these muscles, feel this area taking the brunt of the pain. It just comes with repetition, and if you have to do it without the soccer ball, do it without the soccer ball. Make sure you know what it feels like to do it correctly. Ooh, I lost my place. Sorry guys, I'm catching up on where I was. You guys asked a lot of questions. We can listen to some of the training, some of our boys. All right. How often do I train? Toby, I train, or I try, when I'm at the academy, we train 2 times a day. We trained at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Now that I'm not at the academy, I train about, I want to say, 4 to 5 times a week. I'd like to do it more. This last week, I sprained my MCL very lightly, so I haven't been training at all. But I'm waiting on Tuesday. I have a like really, really big announcement for you guys, big video that I think a lot of you guys will be interested in. But that's moving on forward. We train about right now 3 to 4 times a week, trying to train a whole lot more. Could you read out my comments, please? I got you, Boso. Any tips for young keepers? Just go out there and train, play, get on as many teams as you can, play in the field, get your footwork there, and learn that confidence on and off the ball. If you're addicted to using finger saves, how do you move on to non-finger saves? You don't have to move away from finger saves. If finger saves gives you that confidence in goal, then dude, keep with it. It has nothing to do with like this isn't a thing that has to do with coolness. And I really I hate to say this, but like I don't like people who start thinking that like whatever a goalkeeper decides to wear is like defines who they are. I have had goalkeepers wear helmets. I've had goalkeepers wear knee pads, arm pads, and sometimes they take it off after a little bit. Sometimes they don't. I don't care as long as you go out there. It makes you confident. It makes you feel better. You may be getting some scratches on you that you don't want. Cool, man. And if it makes you feel better, whatever you decide to wear, I don't mind. So finger saves, like if you want to get off of finger saves, I just slowly start taking them out. Get some removable finger saves and just work one day maybe without the finger saves on, and then another day with the finger saves on. That's normally why I recommend brands like West Coast Goalkeeping, those smaller brands like Gometa GK, Aviata. They all have removable finger saves, and you're not really paying for the specialness of finger saves. Finger saves aren't special. Then there's really not that big like technology behind finger saves. It's just metal behind your back, or it's just something stiff behind your hands. You can get strong hands for it, but you don't need to. It's whatever makes you confident. Should you get the VG3s? Eric Mendez. I think the VG3s are damn good gloves. You won't be let down. There's only a few gloves out there right now that I think that you could buy and then be like, damn, this was a waste of money. Yeah. What level of football do I play? Well, I played in academy. I played semi-pro football in Germany. My coaching repertoire is a bit higher. I've put players into third, fourth, and fifth divisions of Bundesliga, which would be professional and semi-professional. I've played against fifth and fourth division Bundesliga. We've tied and won against them. So I've got a decent amount of experience when it comes to play experience. I wish I could have had more, and I'm looking to continue on with that. But as I was saying before, my focus here is I think I'm a better coach than I am a goalkeeper, and I like to help keepers out, and that's what this whole channel is about. I just want to help out keepers that have a better chance to continue going on. And then there's parents, there's coaches that want to help out their kids and they don't know what to say, and they don't have the money to pay for goalkeeping coaching. That's where this channel comes in, and that's where I started this up. I wasn't a pro when I started this. I was a collegiate level D2 soccer player. I was on scholarship at Newberry College, and then I got my certifications, and then this kept on going. I kept on reviewing gloves and training, and now we're where we're at right now. What's the boots I prefer for goalkeepers? I really like leather boots. Anything that's a little bit thicker that lets me kind of take the hit away, because I've gotten stepped on in my toes and everything on those scrums where you're going for the ball or you're going on a one-on-one. So I've always liked to have a little more protection on my boots and have it a little weigh a little bit more. Are there any good gloves size 5, size 7, $40? Would have a good grip and are cheap postage. Are UK for $30? Size 7, $40. You might get some gloves on sale. You can check out Go Meta GK. They have some really great place gloves. Um, and then if not, I know the One Glove Company has some good gloves. KA has been dropping out some good gloves from the UK. KA Goalkeeping. And they're both going to be under 40 British pounds. Can you recommend a pair of gloves for under US $50? The One Glove AQ3, the Viper Delta. I mean, I think the Viper Delta is 70 bucks. You got to check out West Coast Goalkeeping, see what they have on sale. Any one of the gloves that they have under $50 on sale is going to be a good glove. Go Meta GK has gloves going for about $45. And there is actually No Goals Against NGA. That's also a pretty cool company. The gloves are awesome. The latex not so much, but I haven't seen any of their new gloves when with the new latex. But last I remember using them, I really loved their fit, but the latex was just a little short of greatness. Any tips for diving? Just practice it. Get over the fear of it. Don't slow down. Don't ever not jump. Don't get into the habit of being like, oh, that's not gonna go in, so I don't have to dive. Dive for every ball. Make it, if it's gonna come in on you, if it's gonna be a goal, make it look nice. Make it look like you are a strong goalkeeper. Any goalkeeper that stands there and watches the ball go in, even if they're caught, it makes them look bad. So just always dive. That's pretty much my go for practice. Always practice. Always go for the saves. You never know what save is going to end up coming out there. Manuel Rivera, do you like traditional or acrobatic goalies? I would say I am an acrobatic goalie kind of guy. I like acrobatic goalies. I like acrobatic saves. I'm shorter, so I have to do that. I have to be a little more acrobatic than the traditional goalkeeper. Soccer Techers asks, what's the most durable type of latex? I would say Giga Grip latex. It's my favorite type of latex when it comes to training, or if I only had one pair of gloves, I would be hoping that it had Giga Grip latex. American number one, I would love to see Sean Johnson. Actually, I think he's yeah, I think he's with the U.S. national team. Think. And then Bill Hamid, I'd love to see both of them more in the lineups. Bill Hamid moved out from the MLS and went out to Europe, and I super um, look up to that man, because he had it all in the MLS and he didn't have to do this, and he took the kind of like challenge to leave DC United, I believe is where he was, and now he's off there in Denmark, and he's doing great. They really like him there. I hope the best for him, and I hope that he can continue climbing up in the leagues. Best goalkeeper in the summer's World Cup. That's gonna be great. Mexico, you always got to check out Guillermo Ochoa. Guillermo Ochoa does not do much during the season that makes him look huge. Last time, maybe when he was in France, he was doing big saves, but every time he's in a World Cup, he makes highlight saves. He's the savior of Mexico a lot of times, and you remember what he did against Brazil. I'm really excited to see him work. I'm really excited to see Hugo Lloris work. The goalkeeper for PSG, I can't pronounce his name, with an A. That guy, I think he's going to be going. I don't know what team he's going to be going with, or which nation he's going to be going with. That guy's going to be huge. He's coming off of some huge performances. Manuel Neuer's coming back to the game, and this is going to be really big for goalkeepers to watch. How does the best goalkeeper in the world come back from such a long injury and to go straight into the World Cup? Do coaches allow it? Because that's a huge if. That's a huge maybe. And then how does Manuel Neuer do it? Is he that great? Is he really the GOAT? Is he the greatest of all time? That he can go out for months, 6, 7 months, and come back and still be the monster that stopped every shot that led Germany to the World Cup. I would really, really like to see that. So I'm hoping he does. If not, Ter Stegen is there and he can do the job. I'm surprised that Bert Leno did not get better caps and didn't do better, but we'll see more. How do I side volley? I will be working on a video for that. I have gotten my side volley a lot better. It's nowhere near the modern day goalkeeper's skill, but I'm getting up there. I'll take his challenge soon enough, and I'll be getting with him. GLXSZY. I am 5'10". On a good day, I like to say I'm 5'11". Um, let's just say I'm 5'11" for now, okay? If anyone asks you, I'm 5'11". Don't tell anyone the truth. Who's the next goalie prospect for the USA? Oh man, I don't really work with the US Developmental Academy. I know that they don't really mess with any goalkeepers out. Like if you're not in the DA, they're not looking at you, and I don't mess with them. I do know a lot of coaches there, and they have a lot of great goalkeepers. There's amazing talent in the United States, and I have great talent coming out to my training sessions that have good grades, that could go to colleges right off the bat, and it's actually insane to see this many good players not know what to do for their next step. So that's actually most of the guys that I have out there are looking to see what they can do for the next step. I have no idea who's going to be the next USA goalkeeper. If we do it right, though, I think we can have another killer goalkeeper, another world class level goalkeeper, and there's already goalkeepers killing it in the MLS. I might not be the biggest fan of the MLS, but they do have great goalkeepers, and I highly respect the goalkeeper coaches in the MLS and the goalkeepers. I have seen some of the Gaelic football, Bosel 404. It's insane. I don't think I could ever do that. Solvender, my favorite goalkeeper is probably Manuel Neuer. Keylor Navas is up there. Jorge Campos is up there. Shorter goalkeepers. John Bush is a goalkeeper that I super look up to. He's still goalkeeping professionally in his prime right now, and he's a much older goalkeeper. He's played and he's done amazing stuff, and he's still killing it. And he's got his own glove brand, HPG GK or something. Great goalkeeper. Those are the type of goalkeepers that really keep me going. Buffon from Juventus, he's still going. He's still making amazing saves at the Champions League. You know, those the goalkeepers that push through it not only through their natural given right, but or their skill, not natural given right, but their skill, but also like use their drive, use their mind, their intelligence to stay in the game. Those goalkeepers have my respect from the bottom of my heart. My dream is to have the Adidas Ace Trans Pro gloves. How do they work? Um, I don't I don't know how to answer this. I'm not sure like what you're trying to ask me. They work pretty well. They're really good gloves. And you can get some cheaper versions of them on sale if you get some of the earlier versions or some of the last year models. Sean Sheridan, I have not tried any Seismic goalkeeper gloves. I have seen their gloves though. They look nice. They got some cool colorways. Alistar, the new CAS Sportswear strapless gloves. Saw them. Don't everyone's gonna jump on whatever the new thing is. I said it when I saw the new backhand with the Adidas Predator. Saw it when I with the Adidas Ace Trans Pro. Everyone's gonna copy everybody. That's just how it goes. It doesn't look that special. I don't know what latex they're using. I'm interested in it. I might pick it up and compare it to the Nike gloves, but we'll see. I'm not like it seems more gimmicky than anything to me. These gloves, both the Nike Mercurial and this strapless technology, seems very much like a gimmick. Lego Life, definitely $75. You got to look at West Coast Goalkeeping, Aviata Sports, NGA, the one glove goalkeeping, all cheaper than the Adidas level gloves, the Nike level gloves, and they're going to be, just as good as any pro gloves and being used by pros right now in a lot of different leagues. Kevin V2, height definitely does matter. Don't let anybody tell you that height does not matter, but it is not the end all. And that means that, like, don't let it be like, oh, it's not, you won't do it because of your height. No, height is going to factor in, and it's going to be something that if you're short, it's going to be an obstacle. If you're short, that means that you got to be a lot better. You got to be technically proficient. You got to make sure that you can jump higher than everyone on the field. Your hands are going to be higher than even that 6'5" striker who's going to come up and try to beat you in the air. That's what being short means. It doesn't mean that like you're predisposed to lose, but you have a lot harder of a chance. Yeah, as I was saying, my favorite goalkeepers like John Bush, Jorge Campos, Nick Raimondo, all of these goalkeepers are considered short goalkeepers. They made it work. You just got to know that if like you're shorter, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but you can do it. What's the best model glove for cheap? Probably NGA or Go Meta. They have the most competitive prices, I'd say, while still having like contact latex and all of the cool features inside of them. Gabriel, I know you've been asking for Renault glove reviews for like I don't know, like what 1 year, 2 years now. You have asked me every day. Let me do you this since you've asked every time. I promise you, within the next month, I will have a Renault pair of gloves in the queue for review. I swear to you that. All right. I really really appreciate all your support and how you've been so um, You've been very, very patient. Okay, so yes, I'll get in Renault glove review, and I'll if I have to pay for them, I'll pay for them just for you. No worries. Make soccer great again. What a name. How did you feel about Royce gloves you did a review on? The last pair of Royce gloves, they were a little bit too wide fitting. That's normal with me and Royce. It's either they fit perfectly and I love them, or they're a bit wide and I don't really love them. And I think they're really cool looking gloves. I think they're really nice, but I always say the same about Royce. They can get grippier latex. They can get better, more durable latex. I mean, they make their own latex. I really think they can do better sometimes with the style of latex that they have. But if you have seen the pure contact versions that they've made and the limited World Cup versions, those things look killer and they look like they're happily going to fight Adidas for that like special high end Adidas and Nike for that special high end glove because it's new from Royce, but it isn't like crazy goalkeeper areas like a strapless glove. It's just a very nice negative looking glove from Royce that I really want to try out the pure contacts. I want to try them all out. What is one goalkeeper glove hack that I know? I don't know any goalkeeper glove hacks other than spitting on them. I don't mess with my gloves other than that. Back in the day when there was the Adidas FS, and they were like the Adidas Predators, the early ones, like they only came with finger saves. I knew you could cut out the finger saves, and that's what I did because I never liked finger saves. But that's like the most hack I would ever do to my gloves. What's my best attribute as a goalkeeper? Reactions, shot stopping. I'm a shot stopper, goalkeeper. I've trained my whole session has been like, or my whole style has been like, I can stop goals or I can stop shots back to back for 2-3 hours. when I first started out the YouTube, for the people who knew me in Orlando, who knew me when I first started out back here at home, I'd be out at the field from 5 p.m. to 10. And as long as the goal was open, I had 15 soccer balls out there, and anyone was allowed to shoot on me. And I'd go until I'd cramp, and that's where I became this like shot stopper. I can block shots. That's my thing. You're 16, 17 yards out. You're not gonna make a goal on me for the most part. And that's what I used to always tell the German teams, and they learned it pretty quickly because then like most of the goals they made on me were always one-on-ones, crosses. I made a lot of mistakes in Germany on crosses. Definitely an area where I should improve on, and something I'm gonna practice on while I'm here. But yeah, shot stopping would be my like top thing. And how much I focus on my technique for dives. But that's what I'd say. Ooh, that voice. Jimmy Atkinson, I have never played in England. I would love to try out playing the Sunday League in England, but I'm pretty sure I would get demolished. I'm short. I have a few people. I have a friend that played for the Blythe Spartans, and he tells me that the air game is killer in England, and that um, I would get just trucked. And I believe it. I watch a lot of ball over there, and the air game is very different from like an area like Spain, um, or Italy, where they protect the goalkeeper a little bit more in the air. Brett Ferguson, totally. I would consider a save of the week contest, top 10 saves sent in by fans. I would totally do that. Yes, and I was thinking about doing something like that, or the next highlights, asking you guys to come in and put your highlights, and then put out a poll. Whoever likes or whoever makes the best save will end up winning a pair of gloves or a shirt or something. I'm looking to do all of that. I mean, I really want to grow this channel. I really want ARS goalkeeping to reach every goalkeeper that wants to improve. So like I'm happy to try out all these things, and if you guys have suggestions, I'm more than happy to listen to them. Brady Gaming, who do you think the best goalkeeper in the world is? No, no question, Manuel Neuer. We got to see how he does when he comes back, but Manuel Neuer was the best goalkeeper in the world, and coming back from this injury, we're gonna see if he still is. Xander Gates, yeah, I take out all of my finger saves. I always recommend taking them out, but I also recommend whatever makes you feel confident, whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you like finger saves, you like to keep them in, it's not going to be any different. It's how you feel. Miguel Martinez, I get a lot of this question, and it's a lot of the younger goalkeepers. How do you get your teammates to believe in you? You don't. You don't. And when you have this mentality that you have something to prove to these guys, you absolutely don't. Um, the only thing you have to prove to anybody is your coach and to yourself. Your teammates are going to use you as a whipping post, whipping boy. That's a goalkeeper's life. You just got to know that it's going to help you get stronger. And the only ones that really like the really ones that you have to focus on are the ones that are going to give you constructive criticism and help you work towards a bettering. For gaining their trust, the best thing you can do is show them that you're working. Ask them, like if they're being, pardon my French, if they're being assholes to you, right? Ask them, do you see me training? Do you see me working? I normally, when someone on my team would talk to me like negatively in a game or anything, I would just, like I'd be like, okay, cool. Just put up my hand and be like, that's it. I have nothing. I have nothing to say to you. I'm not gonna change how you are, and you're not gonna change how I am. I'm gonna keep on practicing, and that's gonna be it. Don't don't waste your energy thinking about changing someone's mind. That's just gonna be toxic to you. CTM goalkeeping. You're going to Germany in May and you're a bit nervous. Yeah, learn as much German as you can. Understand it. They will respect you a lot more. The players will respect you a lot more. The coach will like you a lot more if you can learn German. If you are going for some of the lower level semi pro teams or you're just going for fun, um, get used to drinking beer. I was not a beer drinker when I went there. I still am not, but they definitely got me drinking a whole lot of beer when I was there. So, and just go out there, see as much games as you can, and try to get in with a session with a group of people. Schöne Grüße aus Deutschland. Dankeschön, Nicholas Bruns. Niklas Bruns, yeah. Eric WYW. I'm having trouble holding on to shots while diving. How do I improve that? Focus on the ball. Focus on a spot on the ball. I normally will like draw a circle on the soccer ball, and I'll just be like, okay, so you have to focus on this circle and watch that circle come in. And when I explain this to my keepers, I like to say, burn your eyes into the ball. So watch it all the way. You need to keep your eyes on it. If you're trying to think about your next throw, your next save while you're making that catch, you might drop it. So like get your hands on top of that ball, focus in no matter where you are. Just keep your eyes locked in on a center point, an anchor point on the ball. Dean, Jeffrey Smith, Neuer over Buffon anytime. Royal, I would recommend glove glue if your gloves dry up quick since you play on hot weather turf. I haven't used it, so I can't really promise on what it would do. It sounds like it might help you out though. Which country you think has the best program to have the best goalkeepers? Germany, without the doubt, creates the best goalkeepers in the land. I will not, I don't need any time to think about that. German goalkeeping is the best goalkeeping. They work on powerful, explosive dives. Their goalkeepers have left and right feet. They play super technical football, super strong technical football. And there's a strong reason why some of the best names in goalkeeping have come out of Germany, and it's one of the main reasons why I dropped everything in my life to go coach in Germany and work with coaches in Germany. It's the best place for goalkeepers. Are able to buy the New Balance Furon Destroy gloves. You know what? Let's see how it goes. If they're very popular, then I might end up ordering them for review. Seems like it will help get some more viewers onto the channel, so I'm open to it. Where do I see Oliver Kahn in the GOAT question? Top five. Oliver Kahn, the Iceman, was the first jersey that I was given when I started goalkeeping. It had this it wasn't Rio, but it was a signature, and it said Oliver Kahn. And that's where I got this love for Germany. In high school, I started taking German, and it all started from like goalkeeping, and wanting to be German and stuff. I would say Oliver Kahn is up there, definitely top five. I'd have to really like write out the goalkeepers that I know and think of. Um, there's Pepe Reina, which I love, and there's there's just so many great goalkeepers. I don't know. I really don't know. I have so many guys that I could fanboy out on, just because I remember seeing some amazing saves from them. I'm from Germany, playing in the second highest division in my state in the youth segment. Do you have any tips on how to focus on the way to the game? That's awesome. Are you playing U17, U18? I'm assuming this is Zweite Bundesliga. Um, what are you in like are you in the youth like second team, U23 of a higher team? You're either way, you're like very well set right now. DRMR. The best thing you can do right now, I don't know your age. I'm assuming you're going to be around like 16 to 18 years old. Get film of yourself. Find out what you're going to do going forward. I bet you know because you have a lot of older friends that have had this issue. Not everyone makes it pro. Have an idea what you're going to do after that. You can still use your football experience to go to school in the U.S. You can have your whole school paid for. I've helped several players go from Germany to the United States on scholarships with schools. Have that put together and have a good idea of what you're gonna do. And from there, like whenever you play, use every opportunity to go out, get some, bratwurst mit pommes, and talk to the coaches there. I'm sure you know better than I that like the guys that go out to those games, the guys that go out to your the opas and the mutis that are there. There's a lot of former Bundesliga pros that go out there because they still love the game. Um, those are the guys you want to talk to. That's what I'd say. And obviously get an agent and make sure that you got an agent that's looking forward and looking out for you. Do I support Orlando FC or did I support Miami FC by Beckham or neither? I was a huge Orlando City fan, Soccer Tuckers. I was there when they unveiled Kaká. I went out to their tryouts. I worked with the Orlando City Academy goalkeepers. They came out when I was working in South Orlando Soccer Club and did a lot of training sessions with me. I had a few people from the Purple Academy come out to my academy in Germany. So I'm a big fan of Orlando City. I think they're one of the powerhouses in the MLS, and marketing wise, they're doing it absolutely right. They're really they're bringing in the college crowd out of UCF. And when I was living in Orlando, I was a huge fan of the Lions. I still am, but I don't watch MLS football as much anymore. I'm normally watching their goalkeepers. I really like their goalkeepers. Like the goalkeeper over at Orlando City is a very good goalkeeper, and he's been moving around. I think he just came off of an injury not too long ago, and he's still killing it over there. What gloves would you recommend for Sunday League Semi-Pro if you are looking for top level gloves and you don't want to spend too much? I say it like a broken record. The One Glove Company, West Coast Goalkeeping, Aviata Sports, NGA Company, No Goals Against Sports. I think it's just NGA, and Go Meta Goalkeeping. All of those guys are high up there. KA Goalkeeping's pretty high up there too. Lots of cool guys to check out. Brady Gaming. I love David De Gea. David De Gea is a great goalkeeper. You can't go wrong with David De Gea. How hard is it to get your coaching badges? It's not that hard. At least it wasn't that hard when I got mine about like 9 years ago. I was the youngest guy there with my roommate when we were getting our coaching badges for goalkeeping, and we just kind of we had the extra time, we had the drive, and we were like, "Yo, why don't we do this?" And we went, and then it turned out that for our coaching certifications, we were doing all the demos, which is hilarious because that's for us. Like at the time, that was our training. We would train ourselves. So like we would demo our own training, and then the coaches then would be like, "Oh, you see how they're moving here? This is how you're supposed to move it, or this is how you're supposed to coach." After about 3 days, they gave us a certificate. They sat us down, and they're like, "You're coaches now." And we were just like, "Hooray!" And yeah, that's pretty much how it started. I know it's a little bit harder now. I've been working on trying to get my UEFA licenses. That's a million times harder. First of all, because my German's not like amazing, and the licenses would be in German. I was getting my visa paperwork all squared away, and when I finally got my visa paperwork squared away, I had to come back here. But the idea is to get the UEFA licenses, and when I can, I'll get the higher American licenses. But I'm gonna go for the UEFA licenses before I go for the U.S. national license. Yeah, I need Jim to take my keeping to the next level. Any ideas what I should be working on? Core. Joe, Dan, I always recommend core. There is nothing more that you need to do in goalkeeping than work on your core. That's your ab muscles. That's everything in here. And then when you're done working on your core, don't skip leg day. Work on your thighs, squat, box jumps. You're gonna see a huge difference in your dives and jumps with that. Alexander, don't let it become something that depresses you. That's when you're having an issue of goalkeeping. And I know it's easy for me to say like, oh, don't let that happen. I have lost huge games from my own error. I have lost amazing opportunities. I've torn my meniscus before my tryouts with pro teams. I have broken my foot at the start of a college semester. It gets to you, and I understand that. But you got to remember that goalkeeping is our safe place. And the moment that it becomes this thing that's depressing you, it's going to become something that you're not going to learn from, and you're going to start like being scared of. Don't don't allow, the this feeling of like, oh, I haven't done enough. I haven't gotten too many medals. That means nothing. Just work hard, continue working. The opportunities will come to those who continue to work hard. That's the most simple thing you can hear, but it's true. And the fact that you're getting depressed because you're not where you want to be is a great sign for players that I talk to, because they're not happy with what they're getting. They want more, and use that as energy to work harder. Don't make that slow you down. Make it energize you. That's how I'd see it. What's up, Casper from India? Thank you so much. I have not seen Karius' save or Pickford saves. I only checked out Manchester City versus Manchester United today. What a ridiculous game. How do they allow that to happen? I don't know. Soccer Techers, how essential do you think it is to learn to not swing your arms before your dives? I see Ter Stegen do it. I see a lot of goalkeepers do that quick swing. Um, I'm not sure just how crazy I am about it. I think if it's a far shot and you have the time to do the swing of your arms, it helps in giving you that extra millimeter, and I have no problem with it. If you're trying to do that maybe in a one-on-one situation, you're going to lose the ball because you're swinging your arms. So it comes in the situation, but I'm not too crazy about like this whole, oh, don't swing your arms thing that's being pushed around right now. Thank you for the love from the UK, HHUS. If the striker is tall, it's going to be harder to save his shot. Not really, and his tallness is not going to help his shot. It's going to help his head, like when he's going to use his head, or like he's going to head the ball down. Robbie Forster. I mean, I normally get a size 10, and then I started going in a size 9. Like these vapor grips fit me really well, and I got them in a size 9. Normally go in a size 10. And now in Puma, I'm like size 8. I don't know what I go with anymore. These glove companies are all over the place with me right now. Good lord, because ask so many questions. No entiendo ni vergas, pero I like your channel. Very, very, very happy to hear that, Jesus Emmanuel. Top intro, nice. I know goalies call the post their best friends, but when it ricochets in, would you call it your enemy? No, sometimes your best friends stab you in the back. You can't expect them to always save you, and sometimes they don't do it. But I have been very lucky lately with posts. Posts have been very good to me, so I'm not gonna bad talk my best friend. Knock on wood. All right. Da da da. Did the Sideman answer your tweet? No, they didn't, Soccer Techers. I wish they did, but it's with 100,000 subs, it's funny, and I don't want to seem vain, but like I thought it would be more like, oh hey, like I'd come to like Nike and Adidas and be like, oh, I have 100,000 subs. Let's talk about doing something for the goalkeeping community. They don't care. They could absolutely not care at all. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool and funny, but like it's it, it's weird that it's still extremely hard to get sponsors and people on the channel, but we have lots of really big sponsors right now that I'm so lucky to have. Like Sport helps out the channel, Royce helps out the channel, West Coast Goalkeeping helps out the channel, The One Glove, NGA, all of these guys, they help out the channel. KA Goalkeeping has sent in some gloves. Especially this past 6 months. I had to email a lot of people because I had to leave a lot of gloves that I had for review, and I left pretty much my whole life back in Germany, and I have not had one company give me any problems. They were super helpful. West Coast Goalkeeping sent over like 12 soccer balls worth like over $600 to so I can get started back at home while I took care of my mom. I mean, everyone has been so freaking great. I'm blessed on that avenue. So it's funny and weird like how YouTube works for the goalkeeping community. Who the hell is DT? Who's DT? Who got arrested? That's intense. Who's getting arrested on my stream? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's do some fun stuff. Let's do some fun stuff. What can we do? What can we do here? Valley Boys get turf gloves. I don't know what to do right now. My high school tryouts are coming. I'm having trouble setting up a routine for myself. What do you think I should do to prepare for myself? Joel, just watch my training videos. Pick out the drills that you want to do and do it for yourself. All right, guys, we got 5 more minutes on this stream for this Q&A. If I didn't answer your questions, I'm so sorry. This thing is jumping all over the place for like reading your comments. Yeah, so let's give it 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna take like a 10-minute break, and then we're gonna jump on and do like a gaming stream with some of my friends, and you guys can continue asking me questions, and I'll try to answer you guys. Obviously, people came just to see the goalkeeping and the questions, and I didn't want to put some stuff that you didn't want there. So if you would like, again, in about 10, 15 minutes, we're going to be doing a gaming stream, and you continue asking me questions while I game. I'm going to answer your questions poorly, and I'm going to game even worse. So, do you have the West Coast goalkeeping app? I do not. Is it any good? Julian Villatoro, did you send me an Instagram DM? I have like 200 Instagram DM. How did Newberry scout me? The coach, Samuel Okpodu, who was a Nigerian World Cup star, the best number 10 to play in Nigeria in a long time. He came out to one of my games. I was playing, I was like 17 at the time, 18 at the time, playing against a men's team, a men's Jamaican team. And I had the sickest match. Oh man, I had like six breakaway saves. I had three crazy dipping saves, one double save, and then I made one mistake, and that's when they subbed me. I threw the ball, and the ball bounced because I always like to give it a hard bounce, and the guy I threw it to didn't read it. Gay sent it to a striker who from like 30 yards out chipped me. And like it was in front of like 80 coaches, and I could remember hearing all the coaches like they thought I was gonna save it. I was so close, and then like everyone was like ah, and then only one coach came out to me that day, and it was Samuel Okpodu, the Newberry coach. But it was I'll still remember that day. You know, if you lose the ball, get back on your line. Don't get caught out, especially in a tryout like that. Do all dogs bark in the same language? Of course. They bark in the good boy language. Captain Crunch, it makes me so happy to read that, man. I'm so happy the YouTube videos have put you back into goalkeeping. Carlos, best goalkeeper. Manuel Neuer, hands down. Aaron's random channel, you got to work on keeping your back straight, straightening up your back, and getting your hands out correctly. I will actually work on this for you. We can do this in a one-on-one video. I like the issue that you're having. I think a lot of keepers have that issue. I try Tomp intro, I try. You want some solo reaction training? That's a little harder to do. I'll see what I can come up with, but reactions are always good to have other people. Gabriel Flores, I do like Liga MX. I don't watch enough football, especially recently. PC beach training. PCB. Sometimes I do go down to Miami Beach. You might, if you go down to Miami Beach, I might be doing a training session out soon. Best brand for gloves, West Coast goalkeeping. When do I have local private trainings in South Florida? I'm having, I think, a big session on Saturday the 14th. It's not set. Normally, I have my sessions, like, I will put out on my Instagram story, like, hey, I need keepers today at this time to come to the field, and then I'll train whoever comes out. Hey man, thank you for your for waking up at Romania, man. That's late. All right, guys. So I am going to jump off. We did this whole Q&A for a good hour. Give me 10 minutes, and then we're gonna jump back on to a gaming stream, and then I will try to get top intros making me laugh. I will try to get back to your questions and everything. You're welcome to ask me a bunch of questions, and ask me whatever games I'm playing and all that stuff. We're gonna be jumping on with some of my friends, guys that know me from like outside of goalkeeping, so you can hear them make fun of me, and they don't think I'm that cool because they don't care about me being a coach. All right, guys. I will be right back. So make sure to check back in 10 minutes. I am going to end this up with an ad. It would be awesome if you guys could watch this. Yeah, just ads. You know how it goes.